in the room.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Once someone gets on, let me know if you can hear and see me. You can't say that. You can't hear or see me right now because you're not on. But I always think that somebody's going to watch this on the replay, and I don't just want to sit here and wait for somebody to come on, and then they just bounce off. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying right now.
Perfect logic, I think. Makes sense to me anyway, whoever that counts for.
I've taken a couple of video courses, and they recommend that you say that right away, too, so there's not like this dead air at the beginning of a live stream. So there you go.
All right. Well, we've crossed it off our to-do list, and look at us getting more stuff done.
Yeah. Couple folks on, so let me know if you can hear and see us okay. Hope everybody's enjoyed the day. Oh, I would having issue. It's not streaming to some of these still. Looks like it's the groups and my personal profile. So let's improvise. I have a feeling that we just pushed it too much.
Look at you, man. You are still, what time is it now? Probably 4 o'clock in the morning by you? Let me know, because you've been on here all day.
Soldier.
And I genuinely appreciate your commitment to getting more stuff done. It does not go unrecognized.
Not at all. So while I fix this issue, do you want to just talk?
I would love to. I would love to talk about how awesome this day has been, at least from my perspective. And I genuinely hope that you all have had the same sort of experience. This has been our first go at doing this Get More Stuff Done day. And I have had a really awesome time. And I know that we've had a pretty full day with lots of information covering a whole bunch of different topics. But that being said, I really want to hear some feedback from everyone, and hopefully you've gotten some good information out of it. I know, like I said, we've talked about a lot of different things about how to increase your productivity and get more stuff done and create opportunities, how to break through as a freelancer, how to just generally, I can't talk. I've been talking a lot today. I'm running out of words. Generally get more stuff done in your business and in your life. So all that being said, I want to hear some feedback, some things that we can improve upon, some things that we can add for next year, because I do want to keep improving and keep delivering more of this awesome type of content for you, because I enjoy doing it. I am hoping that you are enjoying watching and or listening to us as well. So that hopefully has been helpful to you. This last session here, the end of the day, I know that it's been, like I said, a long day. We wanted to just really come on. There's no agenda for this. Just wanted to provide an opportunity for those of us who were here and had some questions. Wanted to just, again, provide the opportunity to open up the floor. If you had some questions, we'd be happy to answer them in as much detail as we can. So with that being said, if you do have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you are. Okay, well, if you're not on Twitch, then you should.
No, I mean, we didn't do Twitch because they limited the number of places you can send it.
All right, well, if you're on Twitch, then you can't see this. So
LaRue says it's 4:30 a.m. Man, he's been at this longer than I have today because I took a couple of naps today.
That's the importance of taking breaks. Don't forget that.
Mr. Ortiz says, hey, fellas, great content today. 3.0 sounds sexy. Thank you very much. You've been here throughout the day, too. I appreciate that.
Yes, I agree. 3.0 is going to be, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of things. And I don't think we should spoil the surprise too much, but I do think that everyone's going to be really pleased with what we have in store there.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of work for us, but it's worth it for you.
Yes. Yep. Should be a lot of fun, and definitely some more ways to get more stuff done. Really make it a central hub, if you will, of productivity, which is really going to be a game changer for a lot of people. So definitely looking forward to rolling that out as we go.
Me too. Yeah. And one thing I didn't include in my presentation is one of the things that inspired me to take that direction was a book that I've been reading called Modern Empires. So check that out, or Modern Monopolies. So check that out. It's very, very good. So if anybody has anything they'd like to ask, or it doesn't have to be anything we dealt with today, just my brain's fried. So if you have any questions, let me know, and we'll be happy to answer them. Again, nothing in particular on the agenda for this one, but definitely want to thank at least, I mean, everybody that came and checked out all this stuff today, but especially Laharu. One day I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce your name. And Gregory, who have literally been here since 9 o'clock this morning on and off. So, as well as the team here at Legiit who have been watching the whole day and sharing it and things like that as well. So they don't get near the recognition they deserve. I get most of the credit and deserve the least of it, most likely. So always happy to shout out to them when I can.
That's an awesome thing. I personally appreciate you saying that, but don't sell yourself short, man. That's, I think, one of the best things about this community is that there are so many people who pour into each other and help, and it's not about who gets the credit. It's about getting the whole team to win. And, from the top down, this is not a credit thing. This is not an ego thing. And I think that's one of the biggest keys to success. If we can get some of those major keys, got to get the DJ Khaled major key alert going on over here. I want to make sure that we get the whole team a win. And that's, like I said, that's been a huge part. There you go. We got the keys. That's been a huge part of our community's success. And I just want to make sure that we recognize that as well, because each and every person here in this community adds to the overall success. So definitely thank you for that.
Gregory says, what would you say is the most valuable thing you've learned this year so far that everyone watching can start doing today? Jim?
For me personally, I think it's been auditing myself, spending time each day to look back on my performance, my intentions, the quality of things that I've produced that day. And I spoke about this a little bit earlier. It doesn't necessarily have to be work related. It has to be life. Have I fulfilled my potential? Have I done things that I'm super satisfied with, and have they been done to the fullest extent they can be? Spending a little bit of time at the end of my day to look back on how did today go? What are things that I can improve? Could I be more efficient? What did I actually do that was great? Recognizing those wins. For me personally, I've been working on trying to celebrate my success a little bit more. Chris will be more than happy to tell you that I am not typically one to be satisfied and celebrate my success often. So I'm trying to take intentional action to spend time at the end of each day to recognize the things that went well, recognize the things that can be improved, and figure out how to strategically get 1% better tomorrow. And then just focusing on that 1% has been honestly a game changer for me, to not overwhelm myself with trying to do too much, with trying to be perfect, with trying to do too many things at once, but just increasing the quality of things that I do 1% every day. That has been a game changer for me. And I think it's reasonable enough where you can spend a couple minutes and reflect on your day, reflect on the quality of things that you've accomplished in this day, and try and do it 1% better the next.
For me, it would be first to recognize what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, and to let people help me do the things that I'm not good at instead of trying to juggle all of that myself. We do the best when I focus on the things that I'm good at, growing the business, marketing, community, things like that, and not so great when I focus on the less the things that I don't like to do, for lack of a better word. I don't want to get into the details, but bringing more people on to handle those things has been big for us and good for my mental health. So if I had to say one thing, it would be figure out the things that you are good at, because the things that you enjoy, you'll excel more at, and the things that you don't, you won't. So I think that would have to be my answer. It's hard to answer what you've learned in real time because you don't really realize what you've learned until you look back on it, I think. But I think that's the best answer I can give. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, hello, chaps, because he's British and has to be as British as possible at all times. What's up, Freddie? Good to see you. Freddie was very pumped about the Legiit 3.0 presentation. He messaged me right after.
Awesome.
Keith, who, by the way, I also appreciate because you're always here for everything we do. And again, that does not get unrecognized. Thanks for everything today, Jim, Chris, and everyone involved. Didn't get to see all the videos, but I'll definitely be watching them all back. A truly successful day. Well, thank you. This, by the way, it's not about credit, but this was entirely Jim's idea. So he deserves the credit for that. So Russell Freddie Edmonds says, information overload today. Well, that's good. I mean, it's better too much than not enough. That's what she said. No, that's good. And, you know, the thing about these sort of things is they're there forever, you know. So you can go back both from your point of view, where there's stuff you maybe didn't get to see it, or you didn't take it all in. So you can always go back and watch it. But also from the other point of view, video is a huge asset. That I have videos from 2016 that still bring me business. So the point being, they're there forever. So it's very, very powerful medium. Mrs. Sibelico says, proud of you guys.
Thanks, Mom.
Keith says, I think Freddie means it was a truly spiffing day. In it. See, that's me trying to sound British too. Governor.
Yeah, that's just to get back to your comment here about information overload. These are things that we're good at and things we're not good at. Mm-hmm. So just to get back to information overload, that's also good feedback to have. You know, in trying to plan something like this, we wanted to make it as valuable as possible and bring as much information as we can. But I do recognize that being a full day from 9 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night is a lot of time and a lot of content. It's a lot to digest. So in trying to do that and trying to bring as much content as possible, especially to a community that's spread out across the world, to figure out what times are going to work for everyone. The idea here was really just to pack it as full as we could. So hopefully that was digestible and you can go back and rewatch stuff you might have missed. But just genuinely looking forward to helping the community as much as we can. Definitely.
LaRue says, I did not want to miss any second from the live experience. Thank you all for all of you. And this is my first experience with these topics. Let me tell you a little something about LaRue here. He's been working on a project for me to upgrade, among other things, but to upgrade all the thumbnails on all my YouTube videos. And he's been putting out 5 or 6 of them a day. And he messages me this morning at right after we started. I don't really remember what time. And says, is it okay if I just do 10 tomorrow? Because I don't want to miss anything on the get more stuff done day today. So I hope I'm not embarrassing you, but that really made my day that you were that interested in it and that you were still that concerned about getting it done, the job done, even though it's like there's no deadline or anything like that. It's just kind of an ongoing project, but it speaks a lot to your character and to your work ethic. So thank you, I guess is what I'm saying there.
Yeah, it's definitely a good point. I mean, it's pretty easy. We talk about success leaving clues. It's pretty easy to recognize the people who are going to be successful and who are on the path, being committed, putting in the work, having that type of work ethic, and just putting forth excellence in everything they do. So it's it's not a surprise when you look at the people who are ultimately successful and you look back on their actions and their intentions and things that they've done. It's pretty easy to recognize success when it's in the process. So you know, again, thank you for your efforts, and I just want to recognize you for being consistent and intentional. So thank you.
Definitely. I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah, I don't either. I think that we've certainly spoke a lot today and talked about a lot of interesting things. Time management, productivity, efficiency, obviously the future of Legit, what 3.0 looks like. Um, I don't necessarily have anything more to say other than I'm just super happy with how things turned out, what the future of Legit looks like, and where we can go as a community. Um, Beyond that, really, like I said, just wanted to be here to open the floor to anyone who had questions or see if there was any way we can continue to serve and provide value for any questions you might have missed or ideas that came to you during the course of this day. So we'll hang out for a couple more minutes and make sure that we can properly answer those questions that you've had.
I have a question. Where do you think the expression "open the floor" comes from?
I don't know, but I'd be willing to bet that I can Google it while you're handling the controls, which you do so well. I'm pretty good at Googling stuff.
Before I forget to, I want to thank Shannon Paisano, Christina Pucci, and Tabitha Perry for taking the time out to do interviews with us and share their experience as well. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, there have been a lot of people who've contributed to this in various ways. So we'd be remiss without recognizing them. And like you said, especially for those three for making the time in their day to have those interviews and sit down and open up their lives a little bit into thousands of people who are going to be getting that insight is worth recognizing. So I agree. Thank you.
Russell Freddie Edmonds says it's reassuring to know you guys are human. Well, let's not jump the gun on that. I've never seen an X-ray for Jim or anything like that. And you have some, so no, but thank you. I get what you're saying. I'm trying to be funny, but no, I get what you're saying. It is nice to know that it's not just some soulless corporation that you're dealing with, barely even a corporation, but I think that's one of and I'll ramble a little bit. Some of you may not be old enough to remember what the internet was like prior to social media, but even in the beginning, the only way you had to interact with anybody was either email or like a contact form on somebody's website. So corporations and companies in general just seemed like this faceless thing. And now, with mediums like this, I think it's very powerful and important that you can interact directly with someone. Twitter in particular, I'm finding, is a great way to interact directly with like people at the heads of companies. Like there was a software that I used that I couldn't get the answer I needed, and I tweeted at the CEO, and he replied. So it's great that we live in an age where you can interact with everybody at every level of everything. So
yeah, I agree. Just to carry your point a little bit further, I think that's a lesson that we can all learn and continue to bring forward, is that a lot of people, especially now more than ever, miss that human connection. Because I think the more that we get connected to the internet, the more bots come into play and automation and AI and all that stuff, people are going to start to miss more and more that human connection. So if you can inject that into your business, inject that into your services, and actually care about your customer and care about your business, it gets recognized. So definitely, I obviously thank you for recognizing that. It's an intentional effort on our part, but I think it's an awesome lesson for all of us to learn that being human and actually caring about your customer does get recognized.
I have customers that have bought from me on various marketplaces every single week since 2015. And I know I do a good job, but there are a lot of people that do a good job. And I like to think it's the personal element that separates you. So, I mean, you have to do a good job too. Don't get me wrong. Just being nice isn't enough, but it's the difference between people only buying your stuff because they need it, and because the difference between and them buying it because they actually find it valuable. Did I explain that right? Yeah. I don't think I did, but I think you get the point I'm trying to make. That if they don't like you and they need what you sell, they'll buy from you as little as they possibly can. So,
or they'll look for a suitable replacement.
yeah.
And there's plenty of people who can do what we do, but no one can do it like you. Each one of us has our own personality that we can inject into the business, into the service, and ultimately, that personality is going to be the difference breaker between them buying the service from you or buying it from someone else.
Yeah. Liz says, "Hi guys, I have a question regarding ranking. Is there any package on Legiit you recommend me to rank in a competitive niche? It's more, you need more than one thing, most likely, but it's kind of a broad question, so it's a little hard to answer. But you're going to want to make sure you have really good content and really good on-page optimization, and then you're going to want to make sure you get some strong links. Let me grab you a post I have where I show you some of the stuff that I like to use. But it's not any. I mean, you could use like one of the done for you services, but it's really hard to get just one thing that's going to be the difference. So let me get that post for you. This will give you a good site, or a good idea, I guess is the word. So you can check that out. It's just Google systematizing the SEO process if you don't see that link, because things are being difficult today. I'm gonna have to talk to StreamYard and see if maybe we exceeded some limitation they have or something.
It's always good to know that we push the limits of what's possible.
Yeah, if that's indeed what happened. All right, guys, we'll go probably it's 6:22. We'll probably go to 6:30 and then call it a day, if that's okay with you, Jim.
It's okay by me. We can call it an evening at that point for me, or morning for LaRue, who's been with us all day and probably wants to get some sleep.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of folks on because it's not going to some of the most valuable targets, but that's okay. So you look like you've added some stuff in the background there.
I have actually. I've been intentionally working on my background, and actually, I shared with Chris a couple days ago. I found a video that I did in October of 2020, of which, if you go and look at an old video, most of this stuff wasn't here, and it just falls in line with stuff I've been talking about today, and improving 1% day after day after day. And I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I'll do it anyway. My video quality, I think, has gotten better over the course of that year because I've focused on improving just a little bit over time, consistently making small changes. So yeah, there's been a lot of things. I've added lights and background things and shelves and all sorts of interesting stuff.
Frustratingly, I found one of mine from like 2018 the other day, and the quality was much better there, but the environment I had there, the lighting was a lot better. So, and as we've been talking about, I just don't really know what else I can do here. So it's bad. It's even worse in my office where I look like I'm yellow, like everything's yellow. So hopefully one day I'll get someplace that I can get really good quality. My audio quality has improved tremendously, though.
I would agree in that.
So, all right, guys, 4 or 5 minutes left, and we'll wrap this up. Any questions on anything we talked about today or anything else, we'll be happy to answer them. But then I think we're both going to go pass out. So,
yes. Yeah, I'm going to go take lots of drinks of water, to be clear. But I need to rehydrate myself. I have been speaking way more than I am used to.
Russell Freddie Edmonds says, well-deserved cold beers. Guys, big man, love to you both for everything. Well, thank you. I don't drink, but I appreciate the sentiment. No, for real, I appreciate you. You're another one that's been there for everything we've done. So definitely appreciate that. So
I will echo that sentiment.
I still think I wear the Legit shirt better than you, but whatever. So we will definitely do this again in the future. It was a bit of an experiment, but I think it was a good one. And we haven't done as many live streams lately. I need to get back on a regular schedule of that. It's very draining for me, although I enjoy them. It's I can only do limited amounts of them because I'm an introvert by nature, and it takes a lot of energy to do these. So I'm going to do more of them though, because I enjoy engaging and interacting with everyone, and it's good to be consistent, I think.
I would agree. I think there's a lot of value in knowledge and experience, and someone as yourself has a tremendous amount of both of those to share. So it's awesome to be able to share that with the community as a whole.
Brian, who made us an awesome video recently, says, sorry, I missed most of today, guys. That's okay. It's all going to be out there forever, so you can check it out at your leisure. Appreciate the support anyway. Check Brian out on Legit, Brian Killeen. See if make sure I didn't miss any questions anywhere else. I don't think I did, because it's barely getting broadcast. All right, we got about 3 minutes left, and then we're going to call it a night. A day, a night. 6 is that odd thing where it's still kind of day, but it's also night, so I don't really know what's the appropriate label. Although right now it's dark, like it's fucking midnight, because daylight savings time is dumb.
I would agree. So I guess on that note, do you have any parting words for our Get More Stuff Done day? Things you'd like to share? One final tip to share with everyone?
Thanks for giving me zero notice that you were going to ask me that. It's the biggest thing would be just to do it. The easiest way to do things is to do them. I get so frustrated, and you've seen that with me before, that people take the smallest things and make them take so long. So just fucking do it. Like, I hate to keep swearing, but that's the truth. Like, people screw around, and stuff that should take an hour takes a week. Stuff that should take a week takes months. It's just get in there and get it done. Like, I do consulting calls, and I end up giving that piece of advice to almost everyone. I want to do this, and I'm planning to do that. It's like, I don't give a shit until you tell me that. And when you tell me that you're planning to do something, that tells me that you haven't done anything. So stop planning and start doing, I guess, would be my answer. Not that there's not a place for a little bit of preparation, but just go and get things done and get closer to the goal. So I think that would be my answer, except without the profanity.
No, I would agree. I think that even speaks to what we've done here today. There have been technical difficulties, there have been hiccups along the way, but we decided to do something, and we did it. Things can be improved. You could always improve and make things better, but that's part of the process, and that's the exciting part about being able to develop and grow over time. But no matter what, it just takes action, and being able to actually follow through and do something you say you're going to do is one of the huge difference makers for a lot of people. So I'll definitely echo that sentiment. And I think for me, the last parting thing I would say is don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to do something that you're not comfortable doing. Don't be afraid to do something you don't think you can, because you can. You can do more than you believe you can. You'll surprise yourself if you actually just go out and do something. Don't even try, just do it. You're capable of a lot more than you give yourself credit for if you just take action and just do it. Stop planning, stop thinking, stop over planning, stop hesitating and coming up with excuses and reasons why you can't. Just go out and get it done. It might not be perfect, but it's going to be a lot closer than someone who sat there planning for days and weeks, and I think that's going to be a huge difference maker in your life if you can just take action and just be willing to look silly the first time, be willing to make public mistakes, be willing to fail. You're going to find yourself a lot further forward than the people who are sitting there planning the perfect thing but never actually execute.
Yeah. Richard Branson has a book called Screw It, Let's Do It. I think that's kind of the sentiment there as well. So he's
I agree.
successful guy. So I think that's a good thing to follow. All right. I think that's going to do it.
Screw it. Let's do it.
Everybody's kind of signed off anyway. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. You can watch these wherever you watch them today. If you missed them, you can check them out on the Chris Walker YouTube channel, the Legiit YouTube channel, LinkedIn. In theory, I don't find them very easy to find old stuff. Facebook, the Facebook groups, the Facebook page, and just about everywhere else. I'm also going to compile these into either a blog post or a landing page or something like that, where the whole day is right there in one, and also for SEO sake. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great night. Peace. And whatever. And most importantly, figure out what you want out of life. Go out and get it, because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. I'll see you again soon.